Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Linz. Nice and bright today, although there is a serious sort of like gusty, windy storm thing, whatever going on out there, that I've even had to tie the greenhouse down. But anyway, I'm sure you don't care about that. We are making apple pies today, lovelies, and I am going to show you as well how I do my apple sauce. But I am cheating again today. I am using a roll of short crust pastry. But we're going to get into this. So we're going to bring this down. I have this induction cooktop thing out here. A few people have asked some questions about this. It's called a Tefal Ultra Slim, I think. But yeah, we are going to... I still haven't kind of got to grips too much with it yet, but we are going to get that heating up. Now in here I have 20 grams, I've weighed everything today, it's amazing, 20 grams of butter, so I want to pop that in there and that should start melting down fairly quick. And in with this then, I am going in with some cinnamon. You don't have to use this, it's entirely up to yourselves. But I am using 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we just want to melt down that butter with that cinnamon a little bit. I have 4 Bramley apples that I've already cut up and diced, just to make things a little bit quicker, because it will get... this video might be a little bit longer because we're doing the pastry and I'm showing you how to kind of cut through, or we'll get there, you'll see what I mean. Maybe grab a cup of tea. That there, just heating the butter with the cinnamon, just sort of brings out more of the cinnamony type thing. So in with that then, I have here 60 grams of white sugar. That's going to pop into there. Can I ask, have any of you noticed sugar has gone a bit weird in places like Aldi and Lidl? It's like, mine feels like it's more of a sweetener and it tastes a bit odd. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but let me know in the comments. This here is 3 tablespoons of water. I am doing so well with measurements today. Oh, and if you see me in the same outfit a few times, I'm not sure what the story is yet, but I am trying to get some videos filmed for you lovelies, because things are just a little bit busy here at the minute. So in with my 4 Bramley apples. Give that a good stir. Now, if you want... the likes again of Aldi, Lidl, Tesco, all of them do some great, you know, already made sort of apple sauce, should I say, in containers. You could just get away with using that. So that there at the minute, I think I should have chopped them apples a little bit smaller, but I'm wanting them to kind of stew down. So what I'm going to do is, I have to get it first. I am going to pop the lid on them and I'm just going to let them stew down now for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and we'll be back then. Right, this has been going now for a little over 5 minutes and I'm just going to turn it down to 1. And as you can see, they're all breaking up nicely. And that's exactly what I wanted. Now, we have got a hell of a lot of apple filling here. But don't panic, because I'm going to show you how to save the rest of that. In this cup, I have 2 tablespoons of corn flour and 1 tablespoon of water. And this is just going to help that so it's not really watery, so in the hopes that it's not going to make your bottom soggy your pastry. And just give some of them bigger lumps a bit of a squish down. And make sure you flick it all over yourself at the same time. It's just another day in the kitchen. Don't know whether any of you have seen them yet. A few people were missing our wee man, plodding along in the background there. He's absolutely fine. He was just feeling a little bit under the weather. So I'm going to turn that off now. And as you can see, that has thickened up lovely. You could use this applesauce for whatever you want. So I'm going to move this over to cool down, and then we're going to come in with the pastry. I'm going to clean up these bits I've spilled everywhere. You hear the dogs in the background, yeah. And we'll be back then. Okay, so I've moved all that out of the way. This here is short cross pastry, ready-made stuff from the shop. I just give it a little bit of a roll just to make it a little bit thinner. If any of you have tried them rolling pins where they have the sort of things on the end where you can get the whatever you're rolling out the same sort of width, please let me know what you think of them, because they keep popping up and I'm just wasn't sure. Now for this we are using these wee cases here. These are aluminium. Now I will have everything linked, including this mat here, down in the description below. If it's not on its own link, it will be, if you have a look in Amazon favorites under cooking, you'll find it in there. So that goes for all of them cutters there and these. Now what I will say about these is they mark very, very easy. So just soak them if you need to afterwards, and with a really sort of soft sponge, just give them a wipe out and they will come good. So I am starting off with a 9 centimetre, that there. And this is going to be to go into the base. So we'll try and get as many as we can out of this. I will say only 5 of these fit into the Ninja drawer. Could have done it really in the other one, I suppose, but we're just going to lay that over, and you just want to kind of make sure it goes down in there. But you need a little bit of an edge on them. So you can take as long as you want doing this. If you've seen the mince pie video I done, I am not good at getting things looking pretty. It's just doesn't happen for me. Which I don't mind too much. As long as it's edible, that is all I mind. All I care about. So you do want them to come over the edges just a tiny, tiny touch there for the base, or for the lid to go on. The lid is a 7 centimetre. So the base is 9 and the lid is 7. Just make one of them. I'll just check this applesauce to see how it's doing. Oh, you just can't see. Sorry, lovelies. Yeah, that's still cooling down a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do out the bases, and then I'll come back when we're filling them and you'll see from there. Okay, so I have painstakingly put them in the best I can. It's just, yeah, it's not going to be amazing. So we have our applesauce here, and this has cooled down nicely now. So I am taking, excuse me, about a teaspoon. We'll see how much that does. And of course, we're just going to throw it everywhere while we're at it. So about 2 teaspoons, I would say. Now, I am going to take, this in here is just some milk, but you could use some egg wash if you like. And I am just going to tap that, or brush that kind of around the edges. I'm just going to do one for you on camera, and then I'll go off, because otherwise this video is going to take all day. So then we're just going to pop that on top, and we're just going to take your thumb and sort of that part of your finger, and we're going to squish them together. Try to get a good seal on that, but it will create like a little lip, if you can see. This is the way I do it. If you've another way of doing it, please let me know down in the comments, because if there's an easier way, I'm all up for that. So that milk's just going to hopefully make them stick a little bit better. Right, I am going to go and fancy up the rest of them and fill them, and then I will be back to show you them going into the air fryer. Well, that was embarrassing. That took me an awful lot longer than I expected it to, but I was trying to use up all the pastry. Now, I got some of them looking fairly decent. I got 9 out of that sheet, plus there's this tiny bit left, which I'm going to pop back into the freezer. The ones where I was trying to roll out the pastry and put the lids on, yeah, it looks like the dog did it. But you know, it's just, it is the way it is. They're homemade. So into baskets or drawers here. Now I know that 5 will fit into one, and take the best looking ones. I am not going to put anything over these lovelies. I am going to test out whether we can get away without having to egg wash the top, because I've made enough of a mess. So we'll pop the other 4. I'm glad I got that, even though they do look a bit, yeah. Now, you're not here for my artistic skills. Well, I hope not, because you're going to be sadly disappointed. But we're going to turn on. Bring you a bit closer. We can, there. There we go. Now I am going to go on to bake. This is already set at 160 degrees or Celsius. I will pop Fahrenheit up here, and I want these in for, do you know what? No, because I'm after forgetting to do something. Right, basically, oh my days. We are just going to pop a tiny little vent hole in the top of them to hopefully stop them exploding too much. But my sealing job's been diabolical, so you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to taste the same, even if they don't particularly look too pretty. So now we can do this. So where were we? 160 on bake for 20 minutes. We're going to match them. Okay, so you press the match, and now, oh my gosh, what is going on today? How many times have I done that now in videos? Let me know down in the comments. Right, bake 160, 20, match. Woohoo! We're there. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so this has finished. Are we ready to see what disasters happened in there? Not too bad, not too bad. We're going to pop them out onto our cooling rack here. Oh, it's just been one of them videos, lovelies. So now the ones that looked like the dog made them, yeah, that's kind of what happened. They're not too bad. Now, a wee tip, if you've got some that aren't looking particularly too hot, then put some sprinkled some powdered sugar over them, and they'll be great. So let's find one of these now. basically what we're checking for is to make sure that the base, this is going to be hot, so remember that. My fingers are fairly used to it at this stage. It's the base we want to see, and you can't see from that angle, and it's just fell apart on me, but it is. There we go. We're just going to leave them to cool down, and I'll come back. Now, lovelies, this has had enough time. Well, I think it has enough time to cool down. You may be asking, but Linz, what happened to the rest of that apple sauce you made? It's here. So basically, if you've got jars and things like that, just make sure they're sterilised by, you can boil them or pop them into the oven, anything along them lines, just to make sure they're 100% clean. This will last in the fridge for, in my experience, about 2 weeks. A good tip for this, always use a separate spoon to put it out onto a plate or whatever you're using it on, rather than having something maybe you've had in your dinner or your, there we go, the porridge we made. Don't contaminate it, because that works the same with jams and things too. If you put your butter knife in your butter knife in there, what is wrong with me today? Seriously, you can get mold and things like that. So it's just a good tip: separate spoon all the time, never double dip. There we go. So anyway, here's my apple pie. We're going to come down. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to post this. But hey, just want to make sure that that pastry is cooked the whole way through. Don't know whether the camera's picking that up, but it absolutely is. Just going to take that bit. Absolutely perfect. So lovelies, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because we have kind of gone through it on this video, haven't we? But that is all from me for this week. Do pop me a comment down below. Maybe there's ways you can make these easier for me, like, you know, oh, they are what they are at this stage, aren't they? But anyway, take care, stay safe, and just keep being you. You're amazing. Till the next one, bye for now.